What's up, everybody? Charlie Marlow here with a quick St. Louis Cardinals vibe check, as the kids call it, a vibe check. What are your vibes like? What are you thinking about the Cardinals as we stand here? I'm sitting. But March 11th, about 2.5 weeks or so, right, if my math is correct, from opening day. I'm not going to focus a ton on what's going on the field right now. You might say, Charlie, why? Well, look, drawing from some of these spring training games and the box scores, and I'll be real with you, I haven't watched a ton of the games on TV, but I think what's more interesting and important is the injuries and the accumulation of injuries. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think specifically? So we're talking obviously Sonny Gray, Tommy Edman, and also Lars Nootbaar. So let's kind of go in backwards order. We've talked a lot about Sonny Gray already. So Lars Nootbaar, we got what, 2 rib fractures, could potentially still be ready for opening day. We'll see. Doesn't sound like something that will be crazy long, but who knows? Anytime you hear rib fracture, like what? The dude's gonna be back that quick? So we'll see if he's ready for opening day. Let's just say it takes him a week or so. Tommy Edman, obviously the guy who's supposed to be your starting center fielder, and it sure doesn't seem like Tommy Edman is anywhere near ready for opening day. And then you have Sonny Gray, where you have the right hamstring strain, and the last news I saw was good, where he shut it down for a couple days, already throwing, I think I saw from 120 feet, doing his agility drills with no issue. To me, still, so my thing with Sonny Gray is it's not so much I'm worried right now. Although, look, even if he misses 1, 2, 3 starts, kind of the whole premise for making this video is I think the reason I'm concerned, and I'm not overly concerned, but I think this Cardinals team has a very slim margin of error to make the playoffs. And that's why I think when you add up all these injuries, like I did a video the other day with Brendan Schaefer, and I titled it, "Could the Sonny Gray injury wreck the Cardinals season?" And I didn't think that was hyperbole for this reason. How many starts do you think Sonny Gray can miss and the Cardinals still make the playoffs? And this is just, obviously, we're just kind of, we're looking at odds and all that. But I'm saying, isn't it fair to say the 2024 St. Louis Cardinals probably don't make the playoffs if Sonny Gray misses 10 starts? I would say that. What if it's 6 or 7? And that's where, if you look at the history of Sonny Gray with this injury, it usually creeps back in. So you can say, yeah, it's not that much right now. It was good news. Let's just say he misses 1 to 3 starts. I think that's fair to say, beginning of the season. Well, I'm now kind of baking in that this thing's going to come back and creep its way in at another point in this season. This is just my opinion. You don't have to agree, but he probably hits the IL again with this. And now are you talking about cumulatively missing what, 5, 6, 7 starts, whatever it is? I think that's a fair prognosis from his history with this particular injury. And so then add in, let's say Nootbaar misses a month. Maybe he doesn't. Tommy Edman, you're wondering, man, I mean, is he going to be compromised for a long period of time? But I think my overall point is this Cardinals team is not good enough to have a bunch of these where you just start just injuries here and there. And by the way, the season hasn't even started yet. There's going to be more injuries when the season starts. You know that. But if every little injury just maybe picks off a half win or a win, whatever it is, remember Pacoda, which isn't the be-all, end-all, but they said the Cardinals were about 85 wins. And I think the Cubs were at 80 before they signed Bellinger. So whatever. Just if you're in that 85 win territory, which I think is fair, whatever number you want to throw out there, 83, 82, 84, 85, 86, whatever it is, you're still really on the cusp of getting into the playoffs, but also not making the playoffs. So that's why I don't think it's hyperbole to say just every piece of bad news you get for the Cardinals, you just add them all up, And if each one just chips away a half win here, a win there, all of a sudden, look, the Cardinals, couldn't you see a scenario where the Cardinals' playoff hopes, it's not sealed till the final week of the season? Don't you think that's pretty fair? I'm not saying it's going to happen like that 100%, but couldn't you foresee a situation where the Cardinals are final week of the season with a shot to make it, but also could be left out in the final week? That's where I think every single win, loss, every single little injury can creep its way up and potentially just kind of nick off the Cardinals' chances of making the postseason. So I'm not overly concerned. The season hasn't even freaking started yet. Here's where I'll give you some positive news. And I've said this a million times. I don't think people are focusing enough on this. I think there's this industry thought that the Cardinals, they have to make this huge jump from 71 wins to whatever it is, 85, 86. Let's just say like a 15-win jump. That's not the way I look at the Cardinals at all. And here's why. I don't think the 2023 Cardinals were that bad of a team. When I say they weren't a 71 bad win team. And here's why. Now, they're bad, don't get me wrong. The Cardinals at the trade deadline, afterwards, they didn't try to win. And that's the way you should do it when you're trying to get a draft pick. They fielded a lot of 4A guys, okay? You shouldn't try to win. Either go for it or tank. I'm glad the Cardinals did that. Also, I've said this a billion times. It's true. Adam Wainwright, who got 20-something starts last year, he wouldn't have got probably more than 5 starts, whatever it is, if the Cardinals weren't terrible and if he wasn't chasing 200 wins. He was historically one of the worst pitchers in baseball history for a guy that got 20, I think it was 21 starts, whatever it was. If you just replace that with a league average guy, or even somebody like let's say Zach Thompson, who gives you 5-inning starts, but they're competitive to a 4.5 ERA, and you win 50% of those games, that's a huge jump in wins. It's like a 7-win jump right there. So I do think we're acting like, oh, the Cardinals have to make this huge jump. Everything went wrong for the Cardinals last year. Everything went wrong. I don't look at it as you have to make a 15-win jump. I look at it as like you have to make a 7-8-win jump. To me, if you didn't start Waino last year, if you were fielding a competitive team in the last 2 months of the year after the trade deadline, Cardinals, they're not going to win only 71 games. They probably win what? 77, 78. And remember also, this is after trading away Flaherty, Montgomery. I know DeYoung wasn't great, but who else? Chris Stratton, Jordan Hicks. Okay? That's 5 guys. I don't know if I missed anybody, but that's why they lost 91 games. I'm not saying they're good at all. I'm not saying that. But if things could have went a little better here and there, they try to win, they don't trade those guys, you basically bounce Waino out of the starting rotation, you're probably pushing close to a 500 team. And everything went wrong early in the season. So that's why I'm not as down on this team as other people are, because the 71 wins, I think, is a little bit misleading. That being said, I'll finish this video. It'll be quick here, but I'll finish it where I started with look, this team, though, the margin for error is slim. So I don't think they're going to be that much better than 85, 86 wins, whatever it is. So that's where every single one of these injuries does make a difference for the Cardinals. What do you guys think? Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know. Give me your Cardinals vibe check. And by the way, I have my computer out here because I want to give a shout out to the members on the channel, which I don't do that enough. You don't have to be a member, but we really appreciate all the members. So here we go. We got the premium members, of course. Ken, what a feeling. And G2Z, who lives in the Netherlands. G2Z lives in the Netherlands. I do comment with all you guys, usually. Here and there, like them. And I jump in the comments when I can. And then also we have our medium members. Mother Goose, my guy, and Brian Canfield II. And then our basic members. Let's go. Bird Chatter Baseball, Drew P. Balls, Krabby Joe, Adam Nelson, Sam I Am, Charles Wagner, Michael Hawkins, SMFR, the podcast, my guy Stevie, Mother Reeb, and also Bren Gillespie, our original member. Bren Gillespie, has been a member for 19 months on the channel. How about that? All right, I'm going to shut up. And by the way, I know I had I need to get a new razor. A razor is not something you should buy cheap. I did that and I have terrible razor burn. You should just always spend a little more for a razor. But thanks, guys. I know I've been kind of slacking on the videos. I've been balls to the wall doing the NASCAR channel with Kenny Wallace. I've been spending almost all my time on that. But once the Cardinals, anytime there's news or with the season starting, we'll do a ton more videos on the Cardinals. I know I've been bad. I'm going to try to be better. All right, guys. Love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing, being a member and all that. Let me know. Drop in the comments your vibe check. Positive, negative, in the middle. What do you think? All right. Have a great week, everybody. See ya.